Hey.
Alright, yo, so the last time I talked about the New Orleans Pelicans on this channel, I was a little worried for them because of mostly the play of Zion Williamson. Their defense wasn't looking that great in the preseason, their offense also wasn't looking that great, and just overall it looked like a lot of really bad pieces not coming together. But now that we're 5 games into the season, I looked like I was completely wrong, as the Pelicans now sit at 4-1. Just recently on Thursday night, they had a great win against the Detroit Pistons when they were missing Brandon Ingram. Zion was resting. They're still without Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy, Najee Marshall. And although the Pistons aren't the best team in the league, it was still a very good win to get at home. If you look at the box score, it's very easy to see that CJ McCollum had a great game. He continues to be an amazing scorer and lead guard for this Pelicans basketball team. Also, it was very important that Jonas Valanciunas stepped up as well, with again BI and Zion being out for the game. But the player I want to highlight in this video is Herb Jones. He had a season-high 21 points to go along with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and he also had 7 stocks in this game with 3 steals and 4 blocks. And I've said it before, but I will say it again, the Herb Jones slander needs to stop. The disrespect has gotten too high. I need to see him on some all-defensive ballots this season, especially if he continues to play great defense like he has to open the season. He's a tremendous wing defender. He was giving Cade Cunningham and other Pistons guards fits all night on the defensive side of the ball. And while it's easy to notice the highlight plays on defense like steals and blocks, this one play, I think, is a great example of just the attitude that he brings to this Pelicans defense. As you can see, Cade Cunningham is trying to drive Matt Ryan to the hoop in what is a mismatch, don't disrespect to Matt Ryan. But with Herb Jones one pass away, he does a great job of stunting at the nail, which essentially just means that he's providing help defense at the elbow. And this negates Cade Cunningham's ability to drive. Now, Cade does end up making the shot, but it's a much tougher shot than he would have had if he had been able to get to the rim easily without Herb Jones' stunt. Jones is great at using his long arms and athleticism to alter shots in general. As you can see on these really nice blocks he had from the game, he had a couple where he played his role really well as a secondary rim protector, usually with Jonas Valanciunas or Zion on the court. Those are going to be the first lines of defense when it comes to guarding the rim. But when Herb Jones is guarding someone that's sitting in the corner, for example, he's really good at ditching his man when he knows a shot is going up, rotating over and providing that secondary rim protection, and he got a few nice blocks out of that type of play in this game. Plus, every now and then, again, he'll just make a freak play like blocking this 3-pointer, which it just does not seem like he should get to, but he does, again, because of the long arms and his great athleticism. And this translates to his steals as well. Again, he's great at poking the ball away from ball handlers who aren't necessarily his man, but if they drive anywhere near him, he's great at just providing a little reach in from the help defensive position, and he's great at getting the ball and poking it away, and it usually ends up being a turnover for the offense. Or he's also just really good at getting these simple steals, like here when he jumps the passing lane. And even on plays where he doesn't necessarily get credited with anything in the box score, here are 2 great examples. This one here, again guarding Cade Cunningham, and he's able to force a moving screen because of the intensity of his defense. Or on this play here, Asar Thompson is also an athletic freak. He knows he wants to get to the rim for an easy layup, so what does Herb Jones do? He stays patient, he stays grounded in his defensive position, and he takes the easy charge. Now, obviously, all of this defensive stuff is great, but the thing that continues to catch my eye with Herb Jones in regards to his game this season is that he continues to improve as an offensive player as well. Because that was his biggest issue when he broke out in the NBA his rookie season. Obviously, he got a lot of love because of how great of a defender he was, but the big knack that everyone had for him is that he couldn't shoot the ball, he couldn't drive to the rim, he just didn't really produce much offense at all. But time and time again now, when I'm tuning into New Orleans Pelicans games, I'm seeing more and more of Herb confidently either driving his man to the rim and making some really nice finishing layups at the rim, or he's also done a really good job at setting screens or just cutting to the rim in general and he's great at providing that sort of rim pressure as well. Obviously, in this Pelicans offense, CJ McCollum's going to receive a ton of screens, Zion and Brandon Ingram are going to receive a ton of screens, and in addition to that, all three of those guys get a ton of attention from the defense. What that means is there's less attention being paid to guys like Herb Jones, and he is realizing that and using that to his ability to then get to the rim, again with off-ball cuts, or just cutting off of screens that he sets in general, and it's another way that he has found to perfectly blend into this offense. So again, it's very early into the season, but it is looking so far like I'm going to be eating my words about the New Orleans Pelicans that I had later on in the offseason. They're continuing to have guys miss games, whether it's rest or long-term injuries that they've suffered already, but they're back to being the Pelicans team from 2 seasons ago that was able to deal with the adversity and continue to win games, rather than last year's team, which crumbled. Now, in regards to the rest of the season, again, the Pelicans are going to be a team that I want to keep my eye on, because even though I was down on them, I did say that if they are to stay healthy, then they're going to be a team to watch out for. I mean, this is something that almost every analyst has been saying for the past couple of seasons, ever since they made the playoffs a couple years ago. Because it's true, when this team is firing on all cylinders, there really isn't a lot of teams that can keep up with them. But of course, I'm not ready to call them contenders or anything after 5 games into the season. I'm going to need to see it last a little bit longer before I truly start to take this team seriously. Although I will say to this point, again, a healthy CJ McCollum looks like he is one of the better guards in the league at scoring and playmaking. He's extremely underrated. I also continue to love what I see from guys like Larry Nance, just one of the ultimate hustle guys in the league. Kyra Lewis deserves more minutes. I don't care how he gets them, but he deserves more. And I've been enjoying the Jordan Hawkins starts, even though he hasn't really done much and he's not shooting that great. I like that he's getting the chance early on in his career to be a plug-in guy for Brandon Ingram. Hopefully the offense comes at some point, but again, it's been fun to watch. But that's enough of me for this little check-in on the New Orleans Pelicans and Herb Jones. If any NBA voters, all defensive voters specifically, are watching this video for some reason, please put Herb Jones on your ballot. It's about time he's earned his respect in this league for what he's done for years now, and I know at the very least that I personally will be rioting in the streets if we do not see some love at the end of the year for Herb Jones. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next one.